sit there. And I'm using my head to tap him. Elevate.
Once I squeeze, the tap's coming.
When I take side control, I like to take my hand and get it like right here in his lat. And then from there, like I have a tighter pressure on his chin, okay? So that's kind of how I hold side control. So when I'm here, I'm gonna kind of put my head down. I'm gonna open up my hips this way. I'm gonna pull my lapel out. I like to grab it right here at the end, okay? Get it really out. I'm gonna put it in my mouth. And with my head, or I think I'm not gonna put it in my mouth, I'm thinking the wrong choke. I'm gonna keep it here. And kind of with my head on my ear, I'm gonna open up this arm and feed it through. I pass it to my left hand, and then immediately I take my right hand and I put it on his hip. And from here, I wanna circle and get my head to where my right hand is as I extend. And I wanna straighten out my arm. So my arm is straight, and I'm choking him. All right, so he's tight in his frame. I have my control here under the armpit. I open up, get my lapel out, and then drive forward, pass it through. Switch hands, and you see like I have a top grip. Once I switch hands, I come to his hip, butt, I then circle, put my head on the mat, and extend my arm. And you can see like from here how much gap that is. That's just pure choking him. Pretty simple technique. When I was a lower belt, I did a lot of side control attacks, and this has always been my favorite. I forget about it sometimes, because when you get more advanced, you do other stuff, but the simple stuff is the best.
Yeah.
So, is there any
do that again and strangle me.
Like unconscious?
Yeah. No.
Good, let's go live.
Everybody go live on their phone all at once.
Nice. Yeah. Very
Any
good.
detail that you do on that?
No, just like say like you know when we finished the like a baseball bat choke, how he took his head to the opposite side. That's just I'll just liken it to that. You know, very good.
You guys got it? And would you guys need to see it again, or you got it? You want to see him get choked one more time?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, the other detail, because always get in the habit of doing this, when you get in side control, always get in the habit of grabbing under there, because it gives you a better stickiness to him, and then it allows you to really drive that shoulder in and put pressure. Like if you guys have rolled with me before, you're like, wow, Rick has a lot of pressure. And I do, but because like I'm very good at leveraging the weight to drive the pressure into him. So I come here, and I just really like this. Like you can see, I'm kind of turning his spine a little bit, and then dropping my shoulder into his cheek. And then from here, to turn, or I don't need to turn sometimes, just open it up, drive forward, pass.
Very good.
I got it. Last time he choked the shit out of me, so this is payback. I'm trying to find something. All right, guys, thank you.
Everything you can to break this grip off, but you just can't. Some people's hands are dynamite, and you're just like, ugh, so you're stuck. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pinch the gi. I'm not gonna wrap my fingers in it, I'm just gonna pistol grip it, okay? Once I pistol grip it, I'm gonna take a little back step, like side step, and this elbow has to come up. Once it comes up, I'm going to change my height, okay, with my legs, and I'm gonna square up to him. Once I square up to him, I'm keeping my elbow pointed up. That's very important, guys. Once I square up to him, I'm gonna come and look through this hole. This hand is gonna come right between his legs, and I'm just gonna sit down. Okay, once I sit down, I'm just gonna follow, and I'm trying to control this arm. If I lose it, that's fine, but I'm trying to keep this arm the whole time, okay? All I'm gonna do is follow him up, right to side now. Okay, so I'll do it again. So from here, I just grab, I'm gonna take a little half step, point my elbow up, lower my stance. I'm not ducking down, okay? I'm squatting. That's a big mistake people make, is they'll duck down and then he can control me. If I'm squatting, keeping my posture, I come through the hole, just sit. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. And then I'm just trying to control the arm. If I don't control the arm, it's not the end of the world, but I'm just keeping pressure turning into him and coming into side mount. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Anybody need to see it again?
One more time, please.
So for those of you that are grabbing, as soon as he comes around and goes underneath, I let go so I don't get my fingers crunched. So you can do what you want, but I would recommend letting go so you don't get your fingers crunched.
So remember, here, elbow comes up, take a little step, lower my stance. Keep the elbow up. If my elbow comes down, this doesn't work at all. Okay? I have to keep this up. Squat. Look through the hole. Sit. And I'm not using any power, okay? If you're like, you're doing it wrong. If you have to use power at all, you're doing it wrong. Right? 1, 2, 3.
Also here, the palm is opening. So when I swing here, and I have to hit that drop step here. So I'm looking, chest is nice and proud, as you can see, not back bent. I'm gonna send him to the floor. See how the elbow's going up this direction? I'm pushing out. I'm going to start to look through the ball of my foot. I want him to land here. If I look there, he starts to go, you see, in this kind of direction, right, Caleb? And if he wants, he can start to kind of put some pressure down on my knee, you see? And that's bad. I look this way, he can't do that, right, Caleb? So we'll be able to just execute the throw at the last spot. So, left, right. Okay. Left, right, swing, opening up like we did before. And I can hit like a drop step. You see my knee is pointing more toward the floor. I'm making him go this direction. And as I start to take him over, I want to make my calf go backward, flexing the glute, looking down through my foot. And he lands with like a good break fall. And from here, I can drop into the side mount. Okay? So, if you need the crash pad, grab the crash pad. If you're not used to getting thrown, you can just fine. These mats are softer, so if you're more advanced, go into the white room as well. But left, swing. And as I'm swinging, I'm hitting this drop step. Okay, so here. And of course, you have other attacks you like to do, drop those attacks. So I'm being a little more forgiving today with Caleb than I was last week. It's good to be nice. To here, opening up, pulling him in that direction with that position. Get to here. Now from here, like I said, don't look here. He'll land nice and soft. Look toward your foot, and he will land right there. It doesn't take much effort. Okay? Sir. Let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3.
Trying to roll away from us, right? We're not going to let him. We're going to put our pressure down here on the chest. I'm going to reach through and grab his wrist. I want to grab his wrist and I want to pull it tight. I'm going to scoop his underarm and I'm going to bring it up. So now I've got kind of a choke, but I've also got the arm bar too. So what we're going to do is the same thing. I'm going to let him escape. I'm going to let him roll away from me and I'm going to catch him with my chest. You know, I can push from the elbow to catch his hand. His hand, I'm going to try to pull it in. As I do that, I'm just scooping the elbow. I'm bringing it up, and I'm using my head to tap him. I can also keep him where it's nice and tight. I want to squeeze. I got here. I can tap him with the choke or the arm bar in the same move.
You show that one more time?
Yeah, you see how it works? Jim James, come here.
No, you do it. You do it. I want to show something, like how he can defend. Okay, so lock him up with both hand positions. So look, if can you just like do the wrist wrap? Yeah. Okay. So from here, when he has both arms, if Joe wants to extend his neck and drive away with this arm right here, like taking the shoulder away from the neck, that shifts the weight for Shane toward the arm. if Joe wants to curl this arm in, he's pulling him into the choke. You see, so it's like a double trouble or double jeopardy kind of thing. It's like really beautiful what Professor here's talking about. So it's like, even if like you don't feel that you can do like the choke, because sometimes, again, wild, wacky, inflatable tube, man, there's a lot of space, things like that. You might also be small. If you can just control this arm, this thing right here is for the taking. And it's so nice to see, like, you just occupy two things at the same time, then you can kind of take your pick for whatever's best for your attributes. Or in this case, where we have similar attributes as far as space, it's like whatever he tries to do, you just go to the other thing.
And if you don't have this grip good and you slip it, you can still pull this arm up.
Yes, very nice.
So
Do it again.
So we're gonna roll him. I'm gonna push the elbow down, catch the wrist, then I'm gonna scoop. Like Cole said, you can, whatever he does, you can react to it. But if not, you can kind of bring your hands together, gable grip, tap him there, tap him there. Like I said, you slip, you step it up, and you catch him there. That's awesome. All right. 5 more times.
Showing it from my perspective, and lighter guy, rolling with heavier guys, sometimes they'll over roll it and they turtle up, and that's okay. And we all understand. Let's say I've gotten to this position, and I forced him in this position, and he overshot it. I couldn't hold him down. He's got great hips, and he maybe doesn't turn right here. He kind of curly shuffles and walks his hips to the turtle, and he's up. And I followed him, and I'm right back in. And we get so used to chasing this seatbelt. We get so used to chasing this outside seatbelt right here. This in this position a lot. And give you an idea. Once again, as a lighter guy, the longer I make my forearm, the easier it is for me to get wrist rolled. And what I mean by this is, I'm splitting moon dead right here with my hip to hip, and I'm kind of playing like I would be clock choking him. And I'm going from this perspective off of, once again, I'm using like my frame, my size. If I have to get a Kimura grip on someone, or such as an arm trap, I'm gonna have to put them to their back. So if they're turtled, and I let's say I try to put my hooks in on somebody like Shane, horrible, and it's gonna be horrible. You know what I mean? It's like aces in their places. So these lightweight guys got to play to that aspect of the game. You have to use your mobility. So the longer you make your arm here, if Moon were to grab that arm, look at my knees, and point his knees to mine, I'm gone. It's going to take me clean through. I'm not sure. I might be in a position to where I can, crucifix him and play that game. And I love that game, but if I don't have isolation of this arm here, I'm not going to get much out of it. So I'm going to change it up a bit. Once again, my guy ran back to the turtle. Can I borrow you? So if I'm in right here, and my guy runs to that turtle, I'm going to go with him. And instead of jumping on the outside seatbelt here, I'm going to jump on this inside. So I go dead inside. And I'm going to not only go dead inside, I'm going to walk my foot in. So if I have to have some help here, I'm really cinching this inside head and arm, and I'm pulling it in tight. I'm just going to hide my head really close to his. And I'm going to nudge into him. Once again, like my outside arm is no longer stretched. I got everything tight to my chest. So I'm going to nudge him, and I'm going to snake this inside leg in. If I go in and I'm nudging and I keep it in, and a lot of guys fall for that bait, and they bite it. His knees tight on it, so I just loop my shin clean over, and now I'm on. So I have my own grip. I point my knee inside, and I bring him clean over. So I'm on my seatbelt, but on the inside, right here. Still got my cross collar, and I choose to exit how I want. Walking until I get to my sub. Okay? So, in the world of wrestling, they call that a Merkle. Yeah, and so my daughter used this in the national finals last year and had good success with it. In jiu-jitsu, it's fun to play with. You're just attacking an inside headlock. You keep that knee in, and you jump inside. And all you're doing is just opening and feeding, okay? You can play with it how you will from here, but if you want to take him out of position where he can't run from it or smother it by burying you, which is that will take place, I'm walking it. And once I have my leg in, the knee points, I just pull, shoulder, elevate. And you're on. You go wrist, you can punch half, whatever you want. It don't matter what happens right here. I can still finish the choke from right here if I don't have to leave. If I want to recover position and go back to where Professor Shane was showing, and I'm walking to my base, I can come right back in to my gift wrap. And we can go right to where Professor Shane left off last time.
And I'm stepping over, okay? Now this is where things can get tricky. Let's turn this way a little bit. This is where things can get a little tricky because like as you see, like I have his head and his arm kind of in between my legs, right? What I like to do from here is I like to begin to attack the Kimura. So this right here is gonna stay tight, chest to tricep connection. I lace through and I start getting right here, all right? Simply from right here, when I start to attack this Kimura, he's gonna be thinking elbows have to be inside. He's gonna have to find a connection point for his hands, all right? Like he wants his hands to connect to be able to defend, or he wants to grab his belt, stuff like that. This makes it very easy for me whenever I start attacking his arm. So like even if I'm here and I'm like really threatening this attack, this makes it very easy because now he's thinking about defending this, and I can just like step over and lace, right? I can come here. If he starts to pull his arm inside, that's even better for me because like most guys want to connect their hand. They're like, oh, I need to grab my hand, right? This is what happens like 9 times out of the 10 for me. So when I get here and I start to like attack this Kimura, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide my back knee towards the front, all right? I don't wanna just like fall. I wanna actually slide the knee under his head. When I slide the knee under his head right here, this allows me to squeeze. Top foot goes on bottom, okay? Top foot goes on bottom. I keep the Kimura grip the whole way through, like I don't ditch this, all right? And if you're like actually feeling froggy and you wanna attack the Kimura, that's fine too. What happens to me, like with bigger guys, this happened one time with John, with Professor John. I got here, right, and he's just so strong. Like he's just so strong, he grabs his belt, and I just can't attack this, so this works out even better. So I slide the knee under the head, I fall off to my side. Top foot goes on bottom here, all right? And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna squeeze, and I'm gonna like stretch and extend. But I'm not doing this right here. I'm not going away from the body. Like I'm not doing this, because this is gonna allow him to escape by putting his hands inside and then turning and stuff like that. So what I do is I stay compact. If I get on the jaw, it'll make its way to the chin, to the neck, and that's fine. Elbow to chest still, staying tight. Squeeze in here. Once I squeeze, the tap's coming. You may get guys who may last like a little while, but just keep squeezing. You'll out squeeze them. Like it's gonna work, all right? So again, if I'm here in side control, right, and I got that good shoulder pressure going that we were talking about earlier, I can swim inside and grab the tricep, take my elbow, put it right on that sternum, and use this as a pry bar. Now I alleviate pressure from the shoulder pressure, and he's like, thanks, man. And I'm like, all right, cool. Push the head down, step and squeeze. From right here, I relace. I begin to attack my Kimura. He's thinking, oh, I gotta grab my hands. His hands need to connect. That leaves just his neck vulnerable. When I do that, I shoot my left leg through. Right foot goes on bottom. I squeeze, get the tap. All right? Any questions? What's up?
Are you lifting up on that Kimura at all to help your leg go under?
No, I'm literally I'm doing this right here. Boom. Sliding that, and then I'm here. All right? The Kimura is just like, more like bait. Like if I'm, just turn this way for me. Where's Gabby? If I'm here and I can't find my way, like, then I just start like attacking the Kimura for real.
It's 2 arms to 1.
Yeah. I'm gonna beat him. Like if I'm here,
And the body.
boom.
Yeah.
And I'm here. Right? But if he's like, oh shit, the Kimura is happening. So he's gonna like, boom. Now, here. That's finish. Okay? Any other questions? You like me to see it again? One more time?
I forgot to record it.
It's okay. All right, we start off with that good shoulder pressure, all right? Where I'm like manipulating the spine, but also driving the jaw. I can swim inside, create like this crowbar, this pry bar. From right here, I'm gonna pull them up, stuff the head, step over, knee pound. From right here, I'm gonna relace. I'm gonna grab the hand with this hand. I'm not just gonna grab his wrist. I wanna grab the hand in the like the lower upper wrist, lower hand area, and then begin to like attack, right? Because I want to actually threaten the Kimura. But if I'm like feeling like this ain't working, right? I'm trying to pull this off, and he starts to connect his hands, right? But this is like what I actually tend to do. So when I'm here, me and Bubby were actually just talking about this. He showed me this like years ago. Is if I'm here or whatever, I'm already preset to like this underhook grip right here. All right. What I like to do is I like to take my thumb and my finger right here, like I'm doing like a V grip into their elbow pit, right? And then from here, I lace my shin inside and I cover. So this is like my varsity version of what I'm showing you guys. All right. If I'm here and this guy's framing or whatever, I already beat this arm, I already have my underhook. I take the elbow pit right here and I push it down and then I lace. Once I lace, I come to inside position, okay? I can begin to windshield wipe and pull them on their side at the same time, just because I've done this so many times. But for you guys who are just starting out, you can windshield wipe, right? I'm just windshield wiping, but I'm going down the forearm and lacing over. I'm not doing like this right here, right? Because then his arm might get stuck inside. I go down the forearm and I go lace over top. Now from right here, I can pull him up on the side. But like I said, I've done this so many times that when I'm here, I go here and I'm here. So I'm timing it at the same time. Now that I pulled him up on the side, it's step over, Kimura, boom, boom, then it's there, all right? So if you want to add a little flavor to it, you can start already here, right? Or if he framed out, whatever, like I can begin to attack, boom, maybe threatening an attack here. And then I'm like, all right, now I'm going back to my position. Elbow pit, knee comes over, shin comes over. Here, windshield wipe down as I replace. Then I pull him up on the side. Elbow comes to the sternum, pull him up on the side, push the head, boom. Kimura grip, here, fall out to the side, boom, right here, and then finish. All right? Any questions?
Keep going.
All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3.